Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. I am your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, how are you, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Can't complain, man. Off on remote location, hence the background. Always nicer to be in the home studio, but you know what, man? We get it done wherever we are.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Do it.
And speaking of getting it done, this past weekend we had three fights that they got it done, but it wasn't in the best fashion, in my opinion. Your thoughts?
Yeah, they were lackluster. I think we pumped up Carrington and Shields. Well, she is the GWOAT, as they say, but they won. They did what they had to do, but it wasn't what you were expecting from that level of talent. And maybe we overhyped Carrington a little bit. I just think their opponents were tough too. They didn't want to be embarrassed and knocked out on the big stage, and they showed up.
Yeah, no,
That
100%.
was.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about Shushu first and foremost,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, I watched that fight, and I can't say that Shushu did anything wrong. You know, he did what he was supposed to do. He
Mm-hmm.
got the job done. He dominated majority of the fight outside maybe a couple minutes in a minute in the fourth and maybe a minute in the ninth, from what I could see. But for
Mm-hmm.
the most part, he controlled, he dominated, but it was very, very boring. Now, the one thing that I will take away from this, I don't think this elevates him beyond prospect talent. To me, he's still a prospect. Even though now he's an interim champion, I still say Shushu's a prospect.
They're gonna pump him up a little bit because he won the fight. He's got the intern title. The first three rounds, it was Carrington was winning, but I don't know. His opponent Haisha was holding it in there. Round four, I'm gonna skip the round four. On X, I put a breakdown 1 to 3, 4 to 8.
Sure.
I'm not gonna read that all out on the show. Go to X for that. But round four is when I thought it changed. So here we're gonna go. I'm gonna break down round four to round 8.
Okay.
Carrington's boxing IQ came through as he consistently outmaneuvered his opponent using lateral movement and defensive skills to frustrate his opponent. He pursued aggressively but struggled to land clean shots, often hitting air or being blocked. Great defense by his opponent. But Carrington's punch output increased, though he avoided slugging it out. He was focusing on precision over power, and he was just too much for Aisha. But it wasn't a great performance, but his opponent was really tough. His opponent was smart on defense, and Carrington missed a lot of shots, didn't make a lot of clean shots, and he made a tough opponent. He was a perfect dance partner for Carrington. So it's hard to say, but Carrington will get some big fights now. I think he's on the
So,
prospect stage just for winning.
so I'm
But
glad you
very,
said
very boring fight.
no, 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 very boring fight. But here's the thing. Now I'm glad you said what you said earlier because if he was in there with the likes of Nick Ball,
Mm-hmm.
he would have been knocked out.
Probably, yeah.
Now, I don't recall who was at ringside. Was it Espinoza? Espinoza, the other champion of the division, right?
Yeah, he was there.
He was there. He was salivating. Nick Ball, Espinoza, these guys want Bruce Carrington right now
Mm-hmm.
because both those guys would have finished off Haite, in my opinion. It wouldn't have gone
Probably,
to a decision, right?
probably.
So when you look at that, is he ready to take on the likes of an Espinoza and a Nick Ball, in your opinion? I don't think so.
I don't know if he's could beat those guys, but I think he's gonna get that opportunity just because he's got a big name and he's young. He's a
I
young
get that,
talent.
but isn't that a
Give
wrong
him that.
trajectory for him? I really feel he needs not to say he needs to prove his skill. Look, what he lacks in charisma in the ring, he makes up in the charisma on the outside of the ring, right?
Yeah.
Look his pedigree. Mike Tyson came from there. Mike Tyson opened the door for Zab Judah through that pathway. That
Mm-hmm.
opened the door for Hitchinson, and now that's opened the door for Shushu. So you look at the people that have kind of preceded him and the charisma and just everything they had behind them. He's missing a couple elements in that ring to make him stand out, in my opinion. And I think Nick Ball, maybe
But
not
he's
Nick
still
Ball,
winning though, right? So they're gonna
he's
say, well, he still
winning, but he
wins.
hasn't fought a Nick Ball or an Espinoza type player yet.
Not yet, no. But they're gonna
And I
give him
don't
that chance
think
pretty soon.
I don't know if he should though. I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon, in my opinion.
It's hard to say. It's
For
hard to
his
say.
own growth. Who knows? Maybe he shows up on the night and
Carrington will want the fight because it's all boxing is all about money. The more they can get paid, the more they're going to do it. So they offer him a big fight. I think Bob Arum signs off on it, and away he goes against upper echelon talent.
well, the
I'm
ref,
not saying he'll win, but we'll see what
yeah.
he can do.
Well, the judges
Sometimes you only fight level your opponent, so maybe he took his opponent a little bit lightly. But Haisha had a great game plan. He boxed him well. He lost, but he was a game opponent, and I don't think Carrington was expecting that kind of resistance from his opponent.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So the
Yeah.
scores were 120, 108, 120, 108, and 119, 109. I think that was a fair scorecard based on what we
Mm-hmm.
saw that night. But again, it was just one of those nights, man, you actually legitimately had to be a boxing fan to appreciate what we saw this weekend. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Speaking of which, the main event of this night, which I kind of had high hopes for as well, but it delivered, but it didn't deliver. So we have Xander Zaya going up against oh, pardon me here, Jorge Chino Garcia. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of clinching and a lot of holding in this fight, man.
Wasn't a great night of fights. I mean, Xander definitely won the fight, but let's give a quick review of the fight.
Sure.
Xander displayed poison skill outboxing a tough veteran Garcia in his world title fight. His ability to target Garcia's body early played a key role. He was wearing him down. The Mexican contender Garcia's he's a power poised threat. He has power. So Zayas was Xander was weary of it. So I think that hindered his performance a little bit. He still won the fight. It wasn't the fireworks that we expected. Again, Garcia was a tough opponent. The perfect dance partners. Carrington had one, Xander had one, and we didn't think it would go like that, but that's what makes it fun. It's good to see a tough opponent. You don't want to see a cakewalks all the time, right? It's nice to see a little back and forth.
No, the talent has to get better and move up as well, but I expect you to be better as well at this level, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just felt there was a lot of holding by Xander in this fight, more so than usual. A lot of clinching, just it was just
A
not
lot
fun.
of people are calling. A lot of people are calling Xander Puerto Rico's next boxing icon.
Well,
They're so
potentially,
happy they're
man.
coming back to
Hey,
fight.
dude. I mean, outside of Amanda Serrano, who was the last male to hold the title from Puerto Rico? Trinidad?
No, Miguel Cotto.
Miguel Cotto. How long ago was that, bro? It's been a long time,
Yeah,
right?
been a long time. So
Oh,
now with Xander's win, now they're saying it's opened the door for him to fight Fedora, Crawford, Virgil Ortiz. So we'll see. He's gonna have a big fight here. I don't know if he's gonna necessarily fight those guys, but that type of talent, that's how good his
well, you know
performance.
what though? I think if I was Xander and if I was Mr. Aram, I would look at the Sebastian Fedora fight as your next potential
Mm-hmm.
fight, man. That would be the one to go for, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I did like Xander's strategy. He wasn't going for the KO. He
Yeah,
wasn't going for that because Garcia has a 79% KO rate. He has
right.
26 KOs in his last 33 wins. So I think Xander's boxing IQ is elevating. He realized I don't want to get a slugfest with this guy. I might get knocked out at 79% knockout rate is crazy. So I mean, it was a good performance. He delivered it. He definitely dominated the fight. He definitely won. But Garcia was no joke. He was a game fighter and he's dangerous. Got the
No,
power.
Garcia's no joke, but Zia, he just outworked him.
Yeah, he's a better caliber of a fighter.
Scorecards were 116, 112, 115, 110, 119, 109. Too far apart, or do you agree with that?
I agree with it. I think that's fair. Maybe a little. We could have gave a round or two to Garcia more, but no problem with that judging.
Now, now that card's done, ESPN is officially a free agent to look for a new broadcasting partner.
You mean Top Rank is a free agent? Yeah.
Sorry, Top Rank. Pardon me. Do you think that they did enough to kind of commemorate their time at ESPN, or was it just felt like a regular show to you? Because to me, I
It's a
didn't.
regular show.
It didn't feel like it was like a farewell show or anything, right?
No, this is the regular show. They're saving all their big guns for the pay per view stuff. So yeah, they just gave some prospects. And at the end of the day, when Carrington and Xander are out, you don't know what kind of fight you're going to get. We all thought it'd be an explosive night. We just never know how it looks. Right on paper doesn't mean it looks good on TV. So, but it wasn't a big send off or anything.
No, but you
Top Rank
kind
will
of
be
would be
fine. They'll go
because
to
then
streaming service. They'll be fully fine.
I know I'm just kind of curious to see what they've done because I haven't heard anything about them signing anywhere or any
Cable,
talk.
cable TV is the cable TV is like the CDs. They're gonna fade out. You'll still have the music. But you gotta
Yeah,
stream it.
yeah, no, for sure. I agree.
I prefer watching on cable. I don't like all the streaming services and all that crap. You got to subscribe to this and that, but that's just the way of the future. Nothing we can do about that.
No, the funny thing is, if you start adding up, if you legitimately have Netflix, pardon me, Disney, DAZN,
Mm-hmm.
Prime, you add them all up, it's basically the same amount as your cable bill would have been.
Probably even more. So that's almost about $200. The zone's $40 now,
Yeah,
right? Netflix is
crazy.
23. So
Well, depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for 4K, four screens, like I mean, they're really milking everyone, right?
mm-hmm.
Oh, you want an extra screen? Well, it's an extra $5.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. You know what? This is just a product of people cheating the system and then them doing what they have to do, right?
mm-hmm.
Like let's be honest. How many people have your passcodes?
I don't have any of that stuff. It's all on the TV, so I don't have any of it. The woman takes care of all that. But I'm sure, I know she shares with one of her friends and stuff, so I'm sure it's out there, 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, because I don't share mine with anybody.
But they're
Because,
limiting it now, right? To like the house, they're trying to make it so you can get in the same household. It's
well,
hard to
like,
tell because you can sign in a different device,
yeah.
but try to cut out on that.
Well, like I said, man, I don't share my passwords with anybody. I don't, it's not that I'm trying to be difficult, but at the end of the day, I look at it this way. If I keep sharing it with people, the cost is just going to keep going up for me,
Yep,
right? So it's time that people step up and pay their services.
totally agree. Yeah, if you want
That-
that value, pay for it.
That's all I'm saying. I don't mind sharing it here and there when needs to be, but if I've ever shared it with anybody, I've actually gone and changed my password after.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I don't blame you.
And it's not to be mean or anything, man, but just think about it. Netflix, when I first got Netflix, it was $9.99.
Mm.
I'm paying $20. Why? Because everyone's giving it to their
It'll be 30 to
cousin.
40 bucks pretty quick.
Exactly. So people got to stop doing this kind of sharing stuff, man, because it's making it unfair for the rest of us.
They won't. It's gonna
I
keep
know,
happening,
I
man.
know, I know, bro. Wishful thinking on my part. Listen,
Yeah.
Claressa Shields, she came out, Flint, Michigan's own, Lanny Daniels, heavyweight women's match. My criticisms on this are very simple. When you look at women's boxing, you could say up until the welterweight division, maybe even the middleweight division, it's up to par to 2025 in terms of equal competition. There's enough girls in all those divisions beyond, down from that make it worthwhile. Anything above that, there's no one to fight
Well, yeah, because part of that is, there's not many women that box
at
compared to men.
170.
And yeah, and then the heavyweight boxing for women is very rare. Um, I mean, I haven't seen in my boxing. We have a few women in there, but they're all, like you said, smaller, lighter. But you know, it is picking up amongst women. But most women that go into fighting, they're going into MMA, right?
Yeah,
It's like everybody keeps saying, well, "Where's the next great American heavyweight?" You know where he is? He's playing football. He's in
yeah,
the UFC because boxing just isn't as popular as it once was amongst the young people. It
yeah,
still
yeah.
has its following. There's still great fighters, but it's not as popular.
No, no, I completely
So
agree.
that's
So
what it is. The talent, it's just not enough women are doing it, and
yeah,
so the talent gets watered down when you only have a few people to choose from.
yeah, yeah. So when I say that, I don't mean that with any disrespect, but I really look at the heavyweight division. I don't think there's even a cruiserweight. It just goes straight to heavyweight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's not enough women boxers,
Well,
right?
no, like from middleweight to heavyweight, there's nothing there. It just goes straight heavyweight,
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I look at the heavyweight division and I'm thinking, how do you call yourself the GWOAT when you have nobody to fight?
I guess
No.
she's basically saying, "I'm beating who's in front of me. What do you want me to do?" Kind of thing.
Well,
They say the same about Klitschko. I'm just beating who's in front of me. I mean,
sure, sure, but there was legit competition in front of Klitschko,
no, I know. I'm just saying that's kind of what
right?
she's saying. I beat who I got.
And to be fair, the whole GWOAT thing came from her. No one gave her that title. No one
Mm-hmm.
gave her that accolade. She called herself the GWOAT. She trademarked the
You know
word,
who started the word? You know who started the word "goat"?
the actual GOAT.
Yeah, you know who started it? That word that everybody uses now started in 1997. LL Cool J started that.
Oh,
He
okay.
called himself GOAT on one of his albums, greatest of all time. He started that. He should have trademarked it, man, because everybody's like, "Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT?" LL Cool J is the first one to come up with that.
Well, there you go, man. I didn't know that. We
Yeah.
learned something here on the Samp&Chance show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about the fight. Lonnie Daniels came in. I expected more from the Maori just because they're just tough, right? They're just tough people. She came out, looked like she was having a ball, man. She didn't look scared. She didn't look any kind of
Mm-hmm.
trepidation whatsoever. I don't know if that was just her way of dealing with the stress of it all. But man, I tell you what, the girl got on her bicycle really quick and basically had Clarissa chasing her for most of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But when she did start to slow down and she started to get tired, you could see that Clarissa was taking over. Take nothing away from Claressa Shields, okay? I like her. I think she's a great boxer. She's great at what she does. Her movement, her skill, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Take nothing away. But it wasn't a great victory, in my opinion.
It was the first 3 rounds were really boring. I think was it round 1 or 2? They only landed like 1 or 2 punches. This is terrible. The first 3 rounds were horrible. There's no way to sugarcoat that. I got the first 3 rounds. I'll break it down in a quick little summary here. The fight started slowly. That's not interesting. That's me being nice. With Daniels using a defensive, elusive style, moving along the ropes to avoid Shields' power. I get what Daniels is doing. Shields landing sparingly in round 1, sparingly. That's being gentle. I think it was like 1 or 2 punches. It was horrible, and then We get to round 4, and then Shields started dominating with her power, accuracy, landing hard body shots, the occasional head strike, not a lot. And then Daniel struggled to counter effectively through her speed. Her speed allowed her to evade some damage, but round 6 saw Shields land those brutal combinations, and then Daniel started getting hurt a little bit. You could visibly see it. She's getting roughed up a little bit, but she fought a game fight. It just wasn't a good fight to watch. Just I don't know if their styles didn't work. Maybe it was Daniels was fighting. She was scared of Chris's power. But Shields did what we thought she would do. She went, and I guess she's the greatest women's champion, women's fighter of all time, record-wise.
I'm going to dispute something you said. You keep using the word power. I don't think Claressa Shields has power.
Well, Daniels was worried about it.
She has technique. She has skill. She knows placement. All of that. She can throw a good punch. I get it. But Lanny Daniels was able to take power from her, and that's why this thing went a decision. This is why I called it a decision, because if you look at Claressa's record, she's only got 3 knockouts on her own resume.
When I say power, I don't mean knockout power. I mean the body shots that you can see Daniels you can see it in her face. Oh, she's winning, right? I mean, she's not. I think so. She was scared of the power in the sense of you're scared of Mayweather's power. Mayweather's not going to knock you out, but he'll hit you enough that you're going to feel it.
I get it.
Yeah, she's not exactly a knockout queen, but she keeps winning. So she's not a fun fighter to watch. At least this last fight, that was not a good fight to watch.
Okay, so
and that's putting it nicely. It's boring as heck.
We kind of talked about this on Jam Boxing in the Red Room Boxing Room.
Red Corner,
sorry. And none of us think that she is the GOAT. She's not a GWOT. She's a great boxer. She's got great skills. So I'd ask you, if you had to pick the GWOT of women's boxing, who would it be?
Hard to say, man. If I'm going to go record-wise and accomplishments-wise, you probably would have to say Shields. Now, does she fight top competition? No, but look what she's done, like through all her career. And so it's like, there's more exciting fighters. I guess technically you could say Layla Ali, but she didn't fight anybody hard. You could maybe say Katie Taylor.
Well, see, for me, it would be only Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano.
You want to be Serrano because she's just lost 3 fights, right?
Well, she lost 3 fights, but if you just look at the level of competition, the people that they fought, the people that they actually been in the ring with, Katie Taylor is the GWOT, in my opinion, overall. Over everybody, she is a GWOT. In terms of her accomplishments, I mean, look at Claressa Shields. Did she fight Amanda, or who was it? What was her name? I can't remember her name, but I'll look it up. But the one fight that she actually
This is why I wrote about this on X. I had to find the post. So I wrote this on July 22nd. And this is why, is Claressa Shields my favorite fighter? Absolutely not. Do I enjoy watching her? Not really. But this is why people say she's the GOAT. And I'm going to give a little bit of context here so we can say why her accomplishments, because they pretty much pale. Most female boxers pale in comparison to what she's done. Let's just read this out quickly here, okay? You call her T-Rex. I don't know if people know that. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, the only boxer, male or female, to achieve undisputed champion status in 3 weight classes, 154, 160, 168. Ranked as ESPN's #1 pound-for-pound female boxer, Shields is coming off a dominant unanimous win over Danielle Perkins in 2025, securing the heavyweight title. Known for speed, power, and technical prowess, she was a massive favorite. This fight, 2,000 to 1 favorite. You put $2,000 on and won $100 against Lanny Daniels. So what those accomplishments there is why they call her the GWOAT, and she's 17-0. Like you said, 3 knockouts. This isn't great, but so Taylor doesn't have quite that resume. So that's why they call her the GWOAT. Now, has Taylor fought tougher competition? Yes.
But
doesn't accomplish that, though.
They don't call her the GWOAT. She calls herself the GWOAT.
No, I know.
Herself the title. Now, Katie Taylor, 2-time Olympic gold champion too. Okay, you look from 150, and I'm not disputing it. Look, these girls have done great stuff. I'm just trying to, show a different perspective. 154 to 168, 0 competition for the girl. In essence, okay. Not saying she's fighting soup cans, but she's fighting the closest facsimile.
Most people that she's fighting have a regular job. Yes.
Okay. Where you look at Katie Taylor, she's fought everyone who trains boxing, eats boxing, sleeps boxing, lives boxing, right? Yep. 3 amazing fights against Amanda Serrano, correct?
Yeah, they were good. Last one wasn't as good, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the third one was supposed to be the way it was supposed to be. But anyways, you look at the money that's being generated, the revenue that's being generated by these both women, I would
Mhm.
say that Katie Taylor has put more eyes on women's boxing than Claressa Shields has.
Oh yeah, Katie Taylor's a way more exciting fighter, absolutely. But
Right. So
that's
to
why
me,
people are saying she gave herself the name to quote, but people are backing it because of those accomplishments. Katie Taylor only has one
but
loss.
I
So.
think yeah, and if you think about it,
Katie
Samantha
Taylor's old now. She's
Marshall,
30, right?
and if you think about it, the hardest fight that Claressa Shields had was against an actual person who fights all the time in
Mm-hmm.
Savannah Marshall.
Yeah.
Right? She won the fight, but she could have lost that very easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd rather watch Katie Taylor any day of the week. Myself, I prefer Katie Taylor over Shields, but that's kind of why people are saying she's number one. I don't know why they have her ranked number one pound for pound. It should be Katie Taylor, but I guess because that one loss, I don't know. But Katie Taylor's 39 years old now, so her best days are behind her.
I
Shields,
get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right, man.
but
Let's
I'm not a big fan of Shields personally. No.
me neither. And I just think she's, and I said this on the show. I said, Katie, the problem with Claressa Shields is very simple. She's hurting her own brand. Okay. With all the silliness that she does, like, why did you have a clarinet player in your dressing room? Come on, man. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. It's just,
Trying to hype it or something. I know. I
I
mean,
get these little
that
things
wasn't
that
an
just,
exciting fight. Like that's not exciting.
it wasn't exciting. I mean,
First three rounds were horrible to watch. One
well,
or
I
two
mean,
punches.
I get it. It takes two to dance. Okay.
No,
If
I
your
know.
dance partner's not dancing, I get that completely. But you could visibly see how frustrated Claressa Shields was feeling. I really felt as this fight progressed, I was watching a Rocky Balboa
Well,
kind of
she's
fight.
thinking about joining up with MVP now. So if she joins the MVP, she'll be fighting better caliber opponents.
Well, let's see, man. I mean, I mean, if they can, you know, get past the water under the bridge, sort of a deal,
Mm,
and then go from there, then maybe we have something here. But
yeah.
hey, let's talk about Tank, man. Tank officially retiring. So does that mean his fight with Lamar Roach is not happening on the 16th?
Lamont Roach, nope, it's off. Tank will come back. Let's be honest. He's
When
30
the
years
money
old.
runs out.
Yeah, he does. Tyson Fury does it all the time. Tank does it all the time. So he'll take a 6 months off, and also I miss boxing. And he says he's tired of boxing now, but he'll miss it in 6 months. He'll come back. He's not in a good mental space right now. He's hitting women again. It's the second or third time he's done this. The guy is Tank Davis is a great boxer, sure, not a good guy. He's a horrible guy. A lot of the other podcasts ain't going to say it. If you beat up women and you're a trained boxer, he's just a little guy. He's 5'6". I mean, the average guy kicks his ass. You throw the guy on the ground. But you're beating up women, dude. You're a professional boxer. Like
Look,
you're
dude,
Howard.
I don't condone anybody hitting a woman, no matter who you are, what your stature is. But seriously, the worst men to do it are people in the combat sports world. If you're
Mm-hmm.
a trained fighter and you're beating up women, that's just horrible, man. That's just
Tank's a bad dude, and you know what? I don't care if he comes back to fight. You want to, dude? You've done so many bad things. Like people give him a pass because he's an exciting fighter. And in 6 months, when all this stuff dies down, he'll come back again. He's not done for good. He's 30 years old. I mean, he's made a ton of money, but like you said, he's going to want more money. The money's going to run out. He's going to spend on his homies and his homeboys and legal fees and cars and whatever he's doing. He's just a bad dude. I could care less if he comes back. Like Tyson Fury, yeah, you love that guy. You love to see him back. But this guy's just a shitty guy. And
yeah. No,
good fighter. I'm not taking away from his skill. He's a bad dude.
dude. I've always said that the one problem we have in our world today is that we cheer on the people who beat everyone they're not supposed to beat, and we shit on the people that have done some silly
Mm-hmm.
stuff but have never really physically hurt anybody.
Yep, I
Now,
know
do
a guy.
word, do words hurt? Sure, they hurt, but they don't leave
Mm-hmm.
bruises.
And you know the funny thing is that a lot of people, mostly men, not really women, don't have a. I shouldn't say a lot of people. There's a segment of men that don't find it a big deal when women get hit by men, and I know that for a fact because I saw a guy a couple days ago who I train with sometimes, and he definitely did a big assault on his woman, and it's on camera, and he was dragging her in a car, and I won't mention his name. So ended it, and
Can I?
no, don't mention his name. I won't do that. But a lot of people still love the guy, still praise the guy like nothing ever happened. I know he feels bad about it. I get it. He makes mistakes, but it's like he's still going on like, and his buddies are going, nothing happened. So that part, certain people must not have a problem with it.
Well, I tell you what, man, ever since you've mentioned his name, and I've known this guy in the past as well, I've
Mm-hmm.
never liked him. Even before that happened, I knew he was something wrong with that guy.
He's got a lot of progression. He's a love him or hate him guy. Yeah, I hear you on that.
Fair play. Remember back in the day, you
Yeah,
said,
I
"Hey,
remember
we
you
got
said
to
that.
get him
Yeah,
on." I
yeah.
told him, "No, dude, this guy's unsavory. He's not a good character."
He's a different character. I'll tell you that. Yeah,
And sure enough, it came out. We saw it. We saw the video. We saw everything, man. And the
yeah.
worst part is,
Brutal video.
she was standing there with food prepared for him to come home.
Oh yeah. Well, he couldn't live with her for a year because of after domestic violence. There's a year restraining order implemented by the courts. But she was in court, basically blaming herself, saying he's,
Which is wrong.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
the one being dragged. How is this your fault?
I guess she said she started attacking him first, and she tried to jump out of the car, and
No.
he tried to hold her. I know it's all crap, but
That was the script, man. That was the script that was given to her to read so he could get off easy.
But he did 4 months though in his pre-trial. But yeah, I hear you.
Still, not a very nice man. Anyways, listen, dude. I tell you what, we don't have much going on. We have
Progress is fighting this weekend,
we
but
do,
nothing.
but it's not
No
even.
blockbuster fights.
It's so low on the docket. It's not even on this weekend's match list that I look at. Oscar Durante fight
And
card is up
Oscar's
there.
fighting too.
Oscar Durante's fight card is up on there. Not progress. So what does that say about Regis? He's done, man. I think he's got a couple left in him. Make what you can and walk away.
Yeah. The big fight. You got Progress versus Joseph Diaz, and you got Oscar Durante versus Kenneth Sims Jr.
Yeah,
Those
and
are the
then
big noteworthy fights. There's a fight card in Japan. There was yesterday, whatever, Tuesday.
yeah,
Nothing of noteworthy.
most of the stuff was happening Tuesday, Wednesday in Japan.
Mm.
Big nights in Japan. All right, brother man. I tell you what, let's wrap this puppy up. Let's call it a day. It's a quiet weekend in boxing, so enjoy this time. Take the time out with your family. Enjoy, guys. I'm gonna be away for a week. I'm going on holiday. Much awaited. 2 years. I've been waiting for this, so we'll try to get something out to you guys next week if we can. If we can't, don't worry about it. We're gonna call it a vacation, possibly. While I'm away, Mr. Michaels, I'm going to try to connect with a couple friends of the show,
Mm-hmm.
and because I'll be in their area. So hold out for that, man. Maybe
Yeah.
some exciting stuff might come out that way. Big shout out to everybody, man, that checks out our show, has been subscribing, leaving comments, and you know what? We will always tell the truth, and we will always tell it like it is. You want to add to that?
Dude, I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm gonna add one thing here. We got this week in boxing history. This is a fairly significant one, so I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
Juan Manuel Marquez proved for the first time that it was no fluke when he defeated the unified and lineal lightweight, won the lineal lightweight championship with a 12-round unanimous decision in a rematch with over Baby the Bull Juan Diaz at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, on this week in 2010.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, 15 years ago, man. Got his people like, I don't know if he really won the first one. Then he came back, totally dominated, and
Proved himself, right?
yep.
That's the worst thing. Just
and Baby Bull was no joke. He was a game fighter too, so it wasn't like he beat a soup can.
yeah, no, for sure, man, for sure. Those are the good days of boxing. Layla Ali.
Oh yeah, the first fight was a fight of the year. So I mean, this is a good rematch.
I heard Layla Ali might be making a comeback. You heard anything about that?
How old is she downstairs? She's in her 40s now.
Yeah.
Well, she probably sees like, hey, I want a payday, right?
Her and Shields.
Wow.
And here's the other thing, Shields, and we talked about it. She is a free agent now, right? That was her last fight.
Yeah, I think she's gonna go to MVP.
You think so? I don't know, man. She's talked so much garbage with Jake Paul and stuff. I don't know if they could be friends, man.
Dude, Layla Ali is 47 years old. She's old.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not saying she can't do it. Pocket did it at 46, looked amazing, so she could do it. She's that good of an athlete. If she wants to get paid, you're gonna have the one who calls herself the greatest against the one who calls herself the GWOAT. So whoever wins that, I guess, is the title for the GWOAT.
Honestly, I'd probably go with Layla in my corner.
17-year age gap, though.
Yeah, but still.
But you never know, man. I mean, it can happen. Foreman did it. Pocket did it. So
never know, man. Never know. All right, brother, man. Let's wrap this baby up. My name is Bobby Sampson. He is Mr. Chance Michaels, and you did not deliver the catchphrase on the Tuesday show.
In the words of the great AC/DC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you guys. We've just come off a little bit of a tough week here, so thank you all for standing by us while we spoke the truth.
Mm-hmm. A lot of positive feedback on that too.
Well, here's the deal, man. There's two ways of doing what we did. You can be an asshole about it and say
Mm,
it in a negative way and still get your point across, or do
mm,
like us, be respectful
yeah.
and get the point across,
And
right?
I watched a bit of Dynamite last night, just to check it out. Not even when you know Hulk Hogan existed.
I turned on Dynamite last night at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Made sure I had it
When it
on.
started, yeah.
When it started, nothing. Nothing throughout the whole show. And then at the end, when at the very last match there,
Oh, the Ricochet one.
after the Ricochet fight, what's it, Briscoe,
Oh yeah, Briscoe and who was he again?
MJF.
Yeah.
Okay, but Briscoe said, "Hey, we're not done yet. We're just getting started." I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe he's gonna say something." Nothing. Just storyline.
What is like? So thanks for bringing it up. Like when I look at Briscoe, the first thing I think when I see that guy is he looks like a meth addict. And I'm not saying that he is. He looks horrible. Like he's missing the teeth, and I get it. It's I've losing my teeth like the hockey guys. You know what I mean? Like, but dude, like I don't know, man. He just looks like a bag of crap.
Him and his brother were kind of the Briscoe brothers were kind of like the American version of the Bushwhackers, in my opinion.
No, I get that. I get that.
Right? But after he died, after his brother died a couple of years ago, he's been doing this single career, and just the way he talks and everything. I get what you're saying. I get what
No,
you're
like
saying.
I get
Right?
it. You're like the Bushwhackers, a less popular version of Bushwhackers.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows who the Briscoe brothers are.
Well, no,
And,
but not until they even come to AEW. To be fair.
yeah, and then like MJF said something really good in this promo. What did he call him? He called him a toothless. What did he say? I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I know. I can't recall right now. But
Yeah, he's like you toothless, whatever. Like so, MJ was kind of like, and that's what I like about MJF. At least he brings some reality, some realism to what his promos are.
oh yeah, yeah. No, he totally does, man. I think the
And I
best
like
thing.
Briscoe's energy. I like his passion.
Hey,
Let's give
dude,
him
the
that. I'm
best thing
not
about
knocking the guy. I'm saying it looks like a bag of crap.
the best thing about AEW, in my opinion, is MJF.
Well, I do like Osprey and I do like Kyle Fletcher, but yeah, overall,
Currently, Osprey's off screen now. He's injured. He's not going to be back for a few
a big
months,
loss.
right? So it's a big loss. So I mean, MJF is probably the best thing you guys got going. Also, a fan took a video clip. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. Of Tony Khan before the show started.
Oh, he called Tony Khan a mark. That's what it was.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Tony Khan, you mark. I love that.
But fans were booing Tony Khan before the start of Dynamite.
Why?
He came out to greet the fans and like, what about the Hogan tribute? What
Well, they
about
said
the
it too.
Hogan?
Good.
Yeah. And they're kind of booing him a little
What
bit.
did
And
he
he's
say?
like, nothing. He's like, and walked away.
I can't wait for Tony Khan's next interview. Whoever interviews him, will they have the guts to ask him about that? The only question Tony Khan needs to be asked: why you not do a tribute to Hogan? You know what he's going to say? Oh, he's a racist and unacknowledged racist. But they didn't do a 10-bell salute for Bray Wyatt, did they?
No.
Okay, so he's going to say we didn't do it for Bray. We didn't do it for whoever else has passed away. But it doesn't matter, dude. Nothing
Hey, man,
against
if
Bray
you're going to
Wyatt.
honor Terry Funk, who never fought in your organization.
You honor Terry Funk.
Oh, yeah, they honor Terry Funk. And they did a small thing for Bray Wyatt. They did, actually.
He honors Steve Mongo McMichael. So hold on a second.
Yeah.
You honor. I love Steve Mongo McMichael. The best podcast you're ever going to hear is Mongo and Flair. People go check that out. Mongo is one of the coolest, greatest characters ever. He's an amazing guy.
You introduced that to me on the drive to Kelowna that year.
Yeah, so I love Mongo, right? Great guy. But you're going to honor Steve Mongo McMichael on, was it Collision?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you did it. I love Mongo. However, you're going to honor Mongo McMichael and not the greatest wrestler to ever live? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The guy is he's a clown. He's a joke. And he's a disgrace to wrestling because you don't pick and choose who you honor. Well, we like Mongo, we'll honor Mongo. He never met Mongo. I get it. Mongo was a huge part of TNT. Guess who else is a huge part of TNT? The guy who started Monday Night Wars, NWO, and Hollywood Hogan, bro.
The only reason TBS and TNT are probably even standing today is because of Hogan, if you want to really think about it. Fair play?
Yeah, that's fair. It's like, dude, so like, I don't like it. What are you going to say? Well, Hogan was racist. Okay, how many times did Steve Mongo Michael cheat on his women? How many guys did he beat up in a bar? Like, we can pick and choose who's who and what's what. I love Mongo. You honor Bray. You didn't honor Bray, you said, right? Did he?
He did. They did, a small one.
Why would you honor Bray?
But they honored him as Wyndham Rotundo.
Okay, so you honored for why? You never wrestled for AEW?
Yeah.
Hogan wrestled on TNT.
Yeah. He is WCW. He is TNT. He
Who's
is
the most?
Yes.
Hogan had the best ratings ever on WCW Nitro.
Yeah.
When Hogan was rocking NWO, with Goldberg guys. So like, it's like, I love Mongo, but he's not drawing ratings like Hulk.
No, no, he wasn't.
So Tony Khan, somebody's got to ask Tony Khan about that and call him out.
Dude, I am putting out the lines. I'm trying to get him on the show. If hopefully we can do it.
Oh, he'll never come on.
No,
No,
but
no.
he might just because of things. Oh, it's a smaller podcast. What do these guys know? He has no clue.
It's one of the worst things that he's done because it just goes to show you how arrogant and pompous and stupid he is.
Yeah. All right, brother man, let's wrap it up, man. We're a boxing show, but we kind of got into the wrestling a little bit. But hey, guys, quiet week, SummerSlam this weekend. Since we're talking a little
Oh, thanks for
wrestling,
you quickly bring this up. So 2 nights of SummerSlam. So I want to say something the wrestling show, but I forgot to. Let's do it quickly right now. WrestleMania is not special anymore because now you're saying we got 2 nights of SummerSlam. So the special thing about WrestleMania was so big, so great. We need 2 shows. Now it's like, we got SummerSlam. Here's the thing: this stadium holds 80,000 people. For both nights, they haven't sold more than 45,000 tickets. Why not do one night and sell it out? The stadium's gonna be half empty.
you know what, dude? That live and learn. Like I said, it's a cash
But they're
grab.
gonna say the biggest gate ever at SummerSlam because nosebleeds are $1,000. That's how they do it.
Exactly. It's a cash grab. I told you, man. We can rewind the tape, and you can watch episode 310. You can watch episode 309. You can watch episode 299. We talk about this over and over again.
You're gonna see a guy in the crowd. He's gonna take a film of a half-empty stadium and put it on X or Instagram. They'll start giving away tickets, I think.
Good. Expose it, right? Wrestling is for the fans. It's not for the super rich.
I know.
That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys and gals, we are out of here. Guys, have a great weekend. Some parts of Canada, I believe we're having a long weekend.
We're having a long weekend here too.
Yeah, we're having a long weekend. So, guys, go out there and enjoy, rip it up, have a great time. Just be safe and get home to your families. That's the most important thing. And remember, work hard, stay dedicated, and keep your faith, man. You have those 3 elements going for you. Everything will come your way eventually one day. Samp&Chance are out.